Hi guys, I'm Gorias, and today I'm going to be taking you guys through the easiest ways to make coins in FIFA 23. Now, with making coins in FIFA 23, if you follow specific filters and stuff, they're never going to work because everybody tries to do them at the same time. So what I'm going to give you guys today is 4 guidelines, things to always bear in mind and be thinking about when playing the game to ensure you never miss out on prices spiking, just knowing when to sell, when to buy, and just a few different things will just help you keep your coin balance as high as possible. Number 1 is club maintenance. With club maintenance, there's 4 areas you need to check. The first one is players. So with players, if you just go into your club and search highest quick sell, once you get past all the loan players, what you want to do is just look at what players are just sitting in your club that are tradable, that are just coins, that are literally sitting in your club. So I've got this Coble here, Trossard, Dada. These aren't like players that are really good fodder or anything like that. I've got all these silvers here that are also tradable just sitting in my club. Go through all your tradable players, sell any that sell, keep any that don't. There's a good reason we keep any that don't, and I'll get to that in a moment. Next thing to check is your managers. Go through all of your managers, any that are tradable, check their price. If they sell them. If they don't, again, just keep them in your club. The third thing to check is your consumables. So when you go onto a player, don't forget to check the goalkeeper as well, because the goalkeeper will have different consumables to the rest of your players. But if we just put a random player in here, go to apply consumable, all of your contracts, if you've got like a lot of the gold rare or gold common contracts and you've got a lot of them that are tradable, try listing 100 at a time with a start price of 150 and a buy price of 5,000. You will sell 2 or 3 generally per round for actually 5,000 coins. I think it is just people buying them by accident, but that is a really quirky way to actually make good coins out of something that is effectively worthless. After you've done a few rounds of them, by all means just discard the rest. I only keep untradable contracts in my club. I always list all the tradable ones, and then after I've done a few rounds, I'll just discard the rest. With healing cards, I would honestly just recommend discarding these and just keep the untradable ones. With the chemistry styles, again, it's the same as the players. Just go through all the ones that sell. Any that do sell, get rid. Any that are just discard price, you can either discard them or keep them in the club if you think you're going to use them. The last place to do club maintenance on, which I know is one a lot of people don't think to check, is the stadium tab. Because in the stadium, you've got lots of segments. You've got badges, you've got kits, you've got celebrations, you've got balls, you've got tifos, you've got all of it. Go through everything, the pitch patterns, everything. You'll be surprised how many just random items you have in this part of your club that literally even discard for like 400-500 coins. So go through the whole stadium thing, and again, sell anything that sells, discard anything that doesn't. You will make a lot of coins just off of this segment. This is one where a lot of people gather stuff that is worth a lot of money and they just don't realise it's there. The next tip is holding on to discard value cards. So that would be things such as gold rares that basically are going for the discard price, an inform that's only selling for 10k, a team of the season that's selling for its discard price, for example. These cards, just store them, because if they're not worth any more than their discard, if you ever really need the coins, you can always go and discard them and attain those coins if necessary. But the reason you hold on to them is there's always going to be at some point an SBC that spikes the price of those cards, and then you can make more money off of that card in those cases then. With the cards, I would always recommend, if you really need the coins, I would always recommend discarding the card over selling it if it basically sells for the same thing, because if there is an SBC that comes out just after you've discarded it, you can always go back into your quick sell recovery, recover the card, and sell it for a profit. It's essentially like making investments by storing these discard value cards, and there's no risk to it because you can always discard it for what it's worth, or it goes up in price and you can sell it. And even if you've discarded it, you can recover it. So it's a win-win situation. You literally can't lose money doing this. The next way is really fun because it's purely gameplay revolved. Now, draft gets a really bad rep. However, draft is fantastic so long as you play it at the right time. Whenever fodder goes up in price, and I'm talking like your 83s, your 84s, when like the 83s are up to 3k, the 84s are up to 6k, that's when you should be absolutely hammering draft. I would only play it if you can always consistently get to like the semi-final or better, because if you're going out any earlier than that, then you might struggle to make money. However, I will also say if silvers are very, very high in price, draft, even if you're not very good at the game, is still a solid option because you will get rewarded like silver player packs and things of that nature. And I have sometimes at points in the year deliberately gone into drafts and just quit out on the first game because the silver packs you actually get will make you profit. Draft is a great gameplay way to play the game, but only do it when that fodder is spiked in price. But when you do that, honestly, you will make so much money. You'll probably make on average around 30k per draft, which, you know, for what is literally like 40 minutes of your time, an hour of your time at most, like you literally can't knock it. The next tip revolves just around timing and about selling in the hype. By selling in the hype, what we mean is at the point where people are buying the card most, that's when we want to sell. So as a general rule, when people are buying cards, that's when we need to be selling. And when people are selling cards, that's when we need to be buying. Live cards are the easiest sort of way to get your head around this. So with live cards, generally, people are buying these most just before the game that this card is relative to. So if Man City have got a game against Real Madrid, before that game against Real Madrid, people will be buying this Phillips card in anticipation that, oh yeah, I think City are going to win this game. I'll buy this Phillips card. He'll go up to a 91 after this game and it'll be awesome and it'll have gone up loads in price. What you need to do is pick up these cards ahead of time, and then you want to be selling them in that period just before the game when everybody else thinks it's a good idea to be buying them. Don't hold on to these cards and get greedy in hope that you are right, because then it becomes gambling and not playing it smart. So always sell these in the hype just before the game starts when everybody else is buying them and making that price go up. Also, even if you're right and did hold on to the card and say City won, you'll often see the price drop after the game. Even though the card is then guaranteed an upgrade, all the people that bought the card just before the game and are correct, they all try and then sell the card at the same time after the game. So the market's hit with this huge supply and the card doesn't go up in price, it often actually goes down. So you want to be buying these cards ahead of time and then selling in that period just before the game. That way you're guaranteeing yourself money. There will be occasions where you'll look back and go, oh, for how long did the card, he went up in price even more? Yeah, but you would never guarantee that. So always just sell before the game, and you'll always guarantee yourself a nice tasty margin then on the card. I hope you enjoyed the video today, guys. I always think of trading videos as quite a weird one, because if you tell a bunch of people to go and do the same thing, it then doesn't work because everybody's doing it. So I think by following just these general guidelines and ways of playing the game, it's not affected by everybody else doing it. So it's a really kind of good approach, a safe approach, and a guaranteed way to just make yourself healthy coins and not miss out when prices do spike. I hope you enjoyed the video today, guys. If you did enjoy the tutorial, by all means check out my tutorials playlist. I'll link that in the description. On there you will find things about how to create more chances. You'll find left stick dribbling tutorials. There's plenty of stuff in there. If you did make it this far in the video, as always, I really appreciate your time. If you did enjoy it, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and turn your bell on. Take care, guys.